Welcome, welcome you guys. Today we are doing a look in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. It is an homage to Frida Kahlo, but also if you skip the extra details we did on the brows, etc., this is a really lovely fall look as well. Totally on point and on trend, maybe perhaps minus the unibrow. So if you want to see how to get this look, go ahead and keep on watching. First, we're going to start out by prepping her skin with the Petal Fresh White Radiance Anti-Wrinkle Cream. This is their firming version. I find that it hydrates really well and serves as a primer because it has a little bit of a tacky feel to it. So it really helps lock everything in place long term. Perfect. Now that her skin is hydrated, I'm going to use the Nuance Liquid Foundation. This is by Salma Hayek's line, and we're using shade Medium Warm number 280. I like to start in the center of the face because that's typically where there's the most discoloration, and then work my way out. And this does look a little warm on her skin, but what we're really trying to do is make sure that her face matches the rest of her body, so that's why we're going a little warmer on the face. Concealer comes next. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 10. I'm just going to place it right under the eyes. And I'm going to go further down than you would think because we're going to give her a nice highlight with this. Go ahead and add some as well down the center of the face, top of the lip, bridge of the nose, and on the chin, and then blend it in. For a little warmth, we're going to use the Soleil Tan de Chanel. It's their gel cream bronzer, basically. And I like to use a traditional cheek brush. And we're just going to buff this just anywhere where we want a little bit of warmth. I really like using a cheek brush because it's fluffy. And so do you see how that just really seamlessly blended without even trying it all? We're not going to give her any extreme contour. We're just warming up the face to give her a little dimension. So right underneath the cheekbones and up onto the cheek, top of the forehead, as well as on the neck. We're going to use an upward motion though. Let's set the makeup with a little powder. We're going to use the Flower Powder Foundation in number 7. Buff that right over the top to lock everything in place. I'm going to set the under eye area with the Banana shade from the Anastasia Contour Kit and set the other highlight we did as well. Reach in and use one of the bronzing shades and we can just reinforce some of that bronzing that we did before. This time I'm going to bring it more onto the cheeks though so that we can warm up the skin just a little bit more. It'll create good dimension with her blush. For some luminescence, we're going to use Bliss by Ofra Cosmetics, right on the tops of her cheekbones. See how her skin's just popping now. I love that. I also want to put a little bit on the top of her lip, her Cupid's bow, to make her lips look fuller, and then we'll just put that a little bit in the other areas we highlighted earlier too. And for just a hint of color, we're going to go in with Sand Pink by Bobbi Brown. We are going to give her a bold lip, so we don't want to play the cheeks up too much. Definitely always want to start out with an eye base. I'm using the NYX eye base in Skin Tone. Patty Dubrof's Dream Palette, definitely a favorite of mine. We're going to go in and use the lightest vanilla colored shade. We're just going to put that right in the inner socket of the eye and underneath the brow bone. Then go in with Desert Rose and Raw, and we're just going to work that right into the crease. A little ochre, close, and tap that right on the actual eyelid, anywhere where you can feel your eyeball. Go in with the blending brush and just make sure that all of your seams are nice and smooth. Simple gel eyeliner is definitely going to look right. We're going to use the e.l.f. gel eyeliner, their studio eyeliner in black. Using the eyelashes as a guide, wiggle your brush along the edge of the lash to get a nice small micro liner. Before it sets, I'm going to go in with a little brush and just smudge it to give ourselves a little bit of a soft focus effect on the eyes. Lights Camera Lashes for mascara. This is by Tarte. For lips, we're going to start out with liner, and this is Berry Red by Wet n Wild. Paprika by Nuance, again, right on top. This red has more yellow in it. It's a great option for fall. Let's go ahead and kick the look up a notch by adding some individual lashes. These are by Ardell in the length short, and we're using some Duo Dark Tone. It dries black, which will make our job a lot easier. So for individual lashes, I like to put a little blob of glue right in here so I can dip it right in. Dip each lash into the glue and then just plop it right into the root of the lash right there. They're literally going to lay right on top of your natural lashes. Now that the lashes are on, the look is basically complete. We're going to do her brows right now, and this is where we're going to have a little more fun and pay a little homage to Frida Kahlo. If you're not wanting to actually exactly replicate Frida Kahlo, then this would be a good time to fill in your brows as normal and then call it a day. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a wax stick by Milani, and Sherry has really nice full brows already. So I'm just going to use the wax to push up her brows so that we can make them look a little fuller and a little more, just a little more out there to get that full Frida Kahlo effect. I'm going to use an angled brow brush just to pat down the wax that we just did on her brows. That way the hairs go the exact direction I want them to go. See the difference between the two brows? So go ahead and repeat. Perfect. Now that we have the brows going the direction we want, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with a little bit of powder, and we're just going to make them a little fuller. This is the Blonde Duo by Jordana, but we're going to use the deeper taupe shade, which totally works for brunettes. And now we're going to use short, small strokes just to fill in and go upwards. And just get any holes that you see, and just kind of, you get to be a little more wild and free with this. We're also going to just draw a few little strategic hairs here in the center, but then also I'm going to go in with something more black. That way we get a little dimension. I'm also just going to go in now with the same brush in the same color, and I'm just going to draw a few strategic lines as well on the edge of the lip area. And let's go ahead and set everything with Pure's Miracle Mist. I'm absolutely obsessed with this right now. Close. Has a yummy, yummy citrusy scent. You can use it to prep the skin, to set the skin, or as a toner. And then I'm just going to take the brush we did the powder with just to go over and set it all in place. Perfect. Our Frida look is now complete. Fantastic for a fall look, or you can take it that step further and add a little extra to it to complete the homage to Frida. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Adios. And then just dab your laster clutch? Your cluster one? Let's try that again.